Hi, Sue Merriman here from Right at Home Realty. Trevor and I are sponsors for parkbench.com, a website designed to promote local business in Port Perry and the surrounding area. And today I'm delighted to be interviewing Cindy Mason. And Cindy is the owner and principal broker for the mortgage domain, offering mortgage advice and information to clients who are looking to buy a new home or renew mortgages.
Right? Yes, yeah, we do refinancing, anything to do with your mortgage, I can help you with that.
Perfect. And how long have you been in the mortgage business, Cindy?
I've been doing this for about 13 years.
Okay.
As a mortgage broker. My own business has been about 6 years for my own company. I've had partnerships with other brokerages, mortgage brokering in total for 13.
And have you always been in the mortgage business, or were you working with a bank before? Or
yes, so I started doing mortgages at the banks.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, I was in business banking with RBC, Scotiabank, and National Trust.
Okay, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And so after spending time with them, why did you decide to open your own business?
Well, doing mortgages at the bank was great. It offered me training that was invaluable to learning the mortgage process. The only downside to working for a bank is that when you're trying to build a client base, you're only able to offer the products that bank has.
Very limited.
It's
right?
limited, yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And not everybody can qualify at a bank either. So there'd be times when you couldn't help them, I guess.
Absolutely, yes.
Now you can?
Now I can. Yep, I have lots of different lenders, credit unions. They call alternate lenders as well, private lending. Mm-hmm. So there really shouldn't be a reason why most people can't get a mortgage.
Wonderful, wonderful. And you do a lot of work with local realtors like ourselves who have clients with mortgage needs. Why should those realtors come to you and have you help their clients?
Well, the realtors that I work with, I think they also want to provide the same things that I want to do. So a seamless, enjoyable process of buying a home. And that's what I like to do. So the realtors would then refer their clients to me, and then they can feel confident that they're being taken care of. They're given honest advice.
Right, right. And in the spirit of disclosure, Trevor and I have used Cindy for several of our clients, and our clients have always experienced fantastic service from you, and the accessibility to your service is something that you just do not get at a bank, for sure. So thank you. That's as an aside. Yeah. Cindy, what drives you to do what you do? What motivates you?
I'm going to say, like I mentioned before, just really helping people have a good experience with their home purchases or anything to do with their mortgage. Even refinancing sometimes can be stressful if they're having some financial difficulty. Sometimes refinancing their house, they didn't even realize it could help them as much as it does. So really, it's about helping the client.
That's great. Mm-hmm. What has surprised you the most about owning your own business?
I guess that it wasn't as scary as I thought it was going to be. That surprised me. I knew I wanted to do it, but once you're there, I don't think you can ever really go back to working for somebody else after you experience it. So
yeah, a lot of late hours though, and weekend work.
Yes,
it's not a 9-to-5 job anymore.
It is not, but it gives you other types of flexibilities. I can work from home when I have to, which came in very helpful when when my kids were younger.
Right. Yeah. Cindy, what would your customers say they love most about working with you?
I guess I'm going to say the accessibility, knowing that they can call me anytime. I've talked to clients sometimes 11 o'clock at night if they were, they thought of something, a question that they were worried about, or even, some people, as you know, are putting offers in on homes quite late in the evening.
And every day there seems to be new things happening with mortgage rules, legislation. It's hard for the layperson to keep on top of all of this, but you kind of need to. Is there anything that we should know that's happening out there, changes in legislation that are important for us to know?
Well, I guess everybody already knows about the stress test that the government had put in place a couple of years ago, making it a little more difficult for people to qualify for mortgages.
Yes.
people are adjusting to it. I'm finding that a lot of more parents have to get involved with their children in buying homes just to kind of help them get there, or even just co-signing, just to get them to the qualifying level. The children feel like they can afford it. The parents know that they can afford it and they can make the payments, but they may just not be able to show the income that the bank requires.
Right.
So that's where the parents can come in as well.
And interest rates, how are they going now?
They're still low. They went up a little bit end of last year, and they're creeping back down again now. So I've seen rates as low as 2.99 for 5 years.
Wow.
Thanks.
That's not too bad.
That's a great rate.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Anything with amortization?
The new budget that came out beginning of April, everyone I think was a little bit surprised. We were all hoping that that was going to be one of the changes to lengthen the amortization to help with the qualifying.
Right.
Still have the stress test because I think it is important. I don't necessarily think it has to be 2% above the interest rate, but
could be loosened a little bit.
It could be loosened a little bit, but the amortization really would have helped, and that didn't happen. But there's still time. There's an election coming up, so we never know what can happen there.
So it is a good time to buy a home.
Yeah, I mean it's never really a bad time to own a home. I mean, if you're,
I love that as a realtor.
Yes,
that's great.
If you're, if you're spending money on rent and you can get into the housing market, it's really never a bad time.
Right. Perfect. I love that. Are there any tips that you would give buyers between the time when they're all excited and their offer firms up on a brand new home to 2 months later when they're about to close? Is there anything during those 60 days that they shouldn't be doing?
There are 2 or 3 things that they shouldn't do. I guess number 1, don't make any drastic employment changes. Don't change your job. If you're thinking about it and it's a necessity, call me before you do it, and we'll kind of relook at your income just to make sure that your approval would still apply and maybe redo it, that kind of thing. Keep paying your credit cards. Don't let anything affect your credit. Big purchases, cars, that kind of thing. If you're going to be increasing any payments by getting a new car, then just let me know so I can work it in and make sure that your pre-approval is still on track. Or you can wait. Just wait until after the house closes. If you only have, usually 30 to 90 days. So if you can wait that long, it's the best thing to do.
So Cindy, is there anything else that you think people should know about you or the mortgage domain? We enjoy what we do. The only thing I can say is that I work for the client. I don't work for any particular bank. Right.
I'm not loyal to the institution. I'm loyal to my clients. I'm always going to give them honest, unbiased advice with respect to their mortgage.
Yes.
I've had clients come to me and say, well, I'm going to have a penalty if I move my mortgage. If I can't do it, I will then tell them how to approach their bank and talk and walk them through that. Okay. Even if I don't end up doing the mortgage, I'm not about, it's not about the next commission that's coming through. It's really about helping the client. And it all
have them
works
refer you to other people.
And that's usually what happens.
I bet you get that a lot.
Yes.
Perfect. Well, Cindy, thank you so much for taking the time to sit with me and answer some questions. It's been a pleasure, and I would just like to invite people to find out more about Cindy and the mortgage domain by looking below. There's information below in this interview. And for more information about me and Team Johnston, please feel free to look at parkbench.com/Port Perry or go to our Facebook page, All Things Port Perry. And please stay tuned for more exciting interviews from our local businesses and professionals. Thank you so much again.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thanks.